Hello, guys. This is Teacher Laudis, and welcome back. Thank you very much for watching me again. Um, okay, so remember that we are following a thread here, which is this interesting topic. I understand English, but mm, cannot speak it. Okay, so and what do we have here today? Okay, the first strategy or the first tip, let's say, is don't be afraid of making mistakes. Remember the first one? What was it? Find your weak, recognize it, and work on it. And work on it. Remember. So this one is the second one, and this one is don't be afraid of making mistakes. So, what do I mean by don't be afraid of making mistakes? And this one is in my personal experience, the one that has been following me for a long time because I was afraid, of making mistakes. I wanted always to say it correctly, like say, I am running today, or I am eating gallo pinto, or something like that. And it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me tell you, it doesn't have to be perfect. Um, most, well, a lot of people have an accent. I do have an accent. I know that an English native speaker will listen to me speaking in English and they will realize that I'm not a native speaker because I try to do my best to pronounce good, to use good vocabulary, good grammar, and everything. But I do know I am a realistic person, so I do know that I have an accent, okay? And they will notice it. And I have uh, a lot of, well, not a lot, but I have experience working at call center, and once a customer told me, "Where are you from?" They already know that we are not from the United States, so they asked, "Where are you from?" And I said, "I'm from Costa Rica," and they are like, "Hey, your English is very good." But I mean, okay, thank you. It's good. That is good. But they know that I'm not a native speaker. So why do we have to be afraid of making mistakes? We shouldn't, right? We are actually being so cool because we are bilingual. Spanish is already a very difficult language to learn, and we know it natively, let's say, right? And we're trying to learn English, which is very different. I mean, we use the same letters, let's say, the same we use the same alphabet and everything, so that's maybe why we can relate in English. But if you stop a little bit, you will notice that a lot of vocabulary is different. The pronunciation, how the sentences are made, is completely different. You don't say in English, for example, in Spanish you say ya voy, while in English you say I'm coming. You are adding in English the ing. In Spanish we don't do that. I mean, not in this case. And you say just like ya voy. You don't say ya voin. So those little differences make it a little difficult to learn English. For me, I think it's easy to learn English, but once you already know it, right? While you are in this process, that's different. But yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of making mistakes because at least you're making that great effort of learning English. So just be free. Just speak it out. Just say it however you think it is. Okay. Um, if you make a mistake, for example, instead of saying uh, they don't like ice cream, you can and you say they doesn't like ice cream. You can correct yourself. You can say, "Oh no, I'm sorry. They don't eat ice cream," and that's okay. I mean, you are showing that you are not perfect, but you know it, you recognize it, and you correct it. Okay, and that's what's matter. That you know that you cannot be perfect and that your mind made mistakes, but that's okay because you're learning. You are not a native speaker, and I'm quite sure that native speakers also make mistakes, okay? And well, they are learning how to not to speak because they born. I mean, they are native speakers. For example, in grammar, they must. They probably misspell some words as we do in Spanish. You know, when we write arable with V and not with B. So those kind of mistakes, I'm quite sure they make those mistakes as well. So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Just jump into the water and say it and speak it. Once I had a teacher that said sometimes in interviews, they don't care a lot if you actually have a good accent or have a good vocabulary. They care if you actually speak, if you don't care about what people are going to say about your English, but you just go ahead and take it out of you, okay? So don't be afraid of making mistakes. Let's do mistakes. Let's learn from them and let's continue learning, continue growing, okay? So I'll leave this one here today. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful month, everything, and see you in our next video. Bye bye. Take care.